welcome. This is Luna Spirit Talks and I'm Tushita. If you're new to the channel, you may want to check out my previous videos because they do tend to build on each other. You can also go to the website lunahealer.com for more information about the work. Now, in the last video, I talked about hope and detachment, and I touched on the concept of isness, which is where I want to pick up today. So it's always been challenging to be able to distinguish between reality and delusion. But it's become that much more difficult in the last few years because there's so much disinformation targeting us. And it is vitally important that we are able to distinguish between the two. So staying in the isness means knowing and accepting what is, right? What is reality? Ideally, we want to be able to make our choices from reality and not delusion. But how do we distinguish between the two? Well, there are several things we can do. In order to stay in the isness, we first need to ground ourselves. We have to stay in a state of groundedness, which means we really have to get out of our own way. We have to put aside all preconceived ideas, all of our biases, and we all have them. And then we can remain open to what is true. Again, without any investment in the outcome, right? We are practicing detachment. And the easiest way to do this is to get out of our heads, right? Out of this upper brain, out of the emotions. We need to connect with and listen to our lower brain, our intuition. Connecting to our lower brain is how we get and stay grounded. That's how we're able to know the real from the unreal, because we're grounded in isness. We're soaking in it. We're not trying to figure anything out. If we're grounded, there are no mental gymnastics or emotional turmoil. We leave our opinions and our ideologies at the door. Being grounded is a state of calm, of peace. We just are. That's being in the isness. From this place, it's easy to know the reality of any situation because we're not mentally trying to understand it or manipulate it. We have no investment in the outcome. We just see it and we accept it. It's not emotional. It just is. And it's from this state that we want to make our decisions. Big ones, small ones, doesn't matter. We always want to be grounded in isness. We're detached from the outcome. We just accept what's real. And that may not make sense on paper, but we go with it. Because if we don't, then we're analyzing and trying to figure it out, and we're back in our heads, and we're back in our emotions. We're not grounded. We're not in isness. So if we're attached to what we think is true, we're caught up in a mental process, and we're bending circumstances to fit an agenda, right? That's delusion. There's no agenda in the isness. There is only what is. So I'm not saying this is easy. It's not. Most of us have become dependent on working from mental and emotional states. So it can be challenging to change that. But as I've said from the very beginning of this series, if we really want to have full authenticity and wholeness, we have to be willing to change on deep levels. And remember, Although change may feel painful, it's not the change that's painful, it's our resistance to the change that causes the pain. So I'm going to leave it here for now. I'll be back soon with another video. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Go to the website, lunahealer.com, for more information on my work. And thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time, be well.